bit about yourself and Smirk and Dagger and Smirk and Laughter.
Well, let's see. I started creating games about 16 years ago. And when I did, I created games that I really loved. And what I loved was games where you could be kind of nasty to each other. And so they're all backstabbing games. And I did that for a very long time because I loved the way that people would get emotionally charged playing them. And I thought that was really memorable and exciting. But now, 2 years ago, I started Smirk and Laughter games, which are also very emotionally based games where you feel something at the table, but now it's not just backstabbing. It's a whole bunch of other stuff, too.
Could you walk through all the steps from early design to publishing to a finished game?
Oh, my goodness.
That is a question that I made up.
So there are a lot of steps, but let me see what I can come up with. So I guess the first thing is you need a really cool idea, but everyone has lots of ideas and it's still hard to get an idea into a game. So right after you have the idea, you have to really try to create something you can actually sit down and try to play. And you'll play with your friends and family, people who know and love you, and you work out some of the bugs. And then when you think it's ready, you take it to people who have no idea who you are, right? Because what are they going to do? What, you don't know? They're gonna tell you everything that's wrong with it. And that's good. You actually want to hear everything that's wrong with it.
Yeah, so you can get feedback.
And when you think you finally have it ready, then after you've done a lot of testing and finessing, you start working on the artwork. I hire illustrators to create the beautiful illustrations for me. I actually do a lot of the graphic design, which is kind of the layouts of each page for different things. I do that myself. There are people who write rules, and that's a very technical skill, which took me a long time to learn. If you're smart, you also then take your rules and your pitched game and you send it to someone so they can try to learn the game and play it without you there. That's called blind play testing. And then when you think you have everything ready, you're also calling printers and getting prices and finding the best place to get it printed. And you send out all these mechanicals. They have to be very structured pieces of artwork so that it goes through the printing press correctly. And it looks great. Then, when you finally get the game shipped to you, then you've got to get it out to people and market it and let people know that, it's a game to try. And that can be like going to conventions or doing advertising or coming on podcasts like yours.
Where do you usually get your games printed?
Oh, sure. I've got I guess a couple places. Either here in the U.S., I've done maybe 2 or 3 that way, but a lot of them actually go out to China just because it's so much more inexpensive to print there. And that means that you can sell the games for a lot less.
Are there any upcoming releases that you'd like to talk about?
I do have a number of them. So one of them that I think you might enjoy is called Woolly Wammoth. And in Woolly Wammoth, you're a cave person. You're like a whole tribe of them. And you got this great idea. You're trying to charge down the path and scare the woolly mammoths off the edge of the cliff so you can feed your tribe. But you don't want to end up jumping over the cliff yourself in the process, or getting stomped by a mammoth, or falling in a tar pit, or all these other terrible things that can happen to you. So you're trying to play your cards just right so you help your friends fall off the cliff while you go just far enough to topple a mammoth and gain meat. So that's a fun one. That's coming up, I think in June it is. Plus another one I've got coming out is called The Menace Among Us. And in that game, it's kind of a hidden traitor game. So you're on a spaceship and things are going really wrong. You've got no energy in the engines, everything, it's all shut down, and only so much oxygen. The crew has to bring the engines online and increase the energy, but at the same time, conserve oxygen, because if the oxygen runs out before they get the energy up, everyone dies. But there are traitors on board that are trying to do everything in the opposite. So they're trying to cause you to waste oxygen. They're causing explosions which get rid of energy. And you have to figure out who the traitors are and then eliminate them before all the oxygen runs out. And that's a pretty exciting game.
Are you going to be at Origins this year?
I sure am, and I hope I'm going to see you. Yeah, we're going to have another big, 10 by 20 booth. We'll have all our new stuff that you can come and try, including Woolly Mammoth and Menace Among Us and an abstract strategy game called Shobu. And even a silly game called We Need to Talk, which is all about staging interventions for your friends.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. It was great talking with you.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon.